Hello and welcome to Blame It on the Draw. Today I'm going to be showing you a deck profile for Super Heavy Samurais. So we're going to go straight up for the first monster. You're going to be Super Heavy Samurai Big Benkei. Benkei is a really good one. When this card is normal special summon, you can change its battle position. And all Super Heavy monsters you control can while this face up and defense position. And if they do, you can apply their defense for damage calculation. Then you have Super Heavy Samurai Battle Ball. Battle Ball, if all monsters you control are Super Heavy monsters, and you have no spell track cards in your graveyard, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. As level, send both this card from the field to the graveyard, then special summon one from your extra deck Super Heavy Samurai Secret monster whose level equals total to original levels. And then you have Super Heavy Samurai Scales. Scales, if your opponent controls 2 or more monsters and you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal special summon, you can add one level 4 or lower Super Heavy Samurai monster in your graveyard except Super Heavy Samurai Scales. Special summon in defense position. And that's about it. Now for the Super Heavies are a little bit smaller in scale. We have Super Heavy Samurai Soul Piercer. You can target one Super Heavy monster you control. Equip this card from this hand to the side of the field to the target. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage to your opponent. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add one Super Heavy Samurai monster from your deck to your hand. And then you have Super Heavy Samurai Flutist. You can tribute this card, special on one Super Heavy Samurai monster from your hand. During either player's turn, when a card effect is activated, you can target Super Heavy Samurai monster you control. You can banish this card from your graveyard and negate the activation. If you do, destroy it. And the other one, Super Heavy Samurai Trumpeter. If you have no spell and track cards on your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. After this card will special summon this card, this way you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except Super Heavy Samurai monsters. If this card is tributed, you can tribute summon up a Super Heavy Samurai monster and send to a graveyard. And if you have no spell and track cards, you can special summon this card. Then you have Super Heavy Samurai Fist. During your battle phase, if you Super Heavy Samurai monster destroy an opponent monster by battle, at this battle phase, you can quick effect immediately after this effect resolves. Secret summon one secret monster using its material you control, including this card. And then for the rest one, you have Super Heavy Samurai Soul Peacemaker. You can target one Super Heavy Samurai monster you control. Equip this card from your hand to the field to the target. While this card is equipped to the monster, this effect monster your opponent controls cannot attack monsters control except for equipped monsters. You contribute that a monster you control equipped to this card. By this effect, special summon one Super Heavy Samurai monster from your deck. And you have Super Heavy Samurai General Coral, which does what you can have no spell and track cards in your graveyard. This card in your pendulum zone. Once per turn, when a spell and track card you control destroys an opponent monster by battle, you can activate this effect, make a second attack in a row. And then you have Super Heavy Samurai Magnet. When this card is normal summon, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Super Heavy Samurai monster from your hand, then change this card to defense position. And then you have Super Heavy Samurai Soul Burster Gauntlet. You can target one Super Heavy monster and basically give it attack for 100 and attack and defense. And if you have nothing in your spell and track cards, you can send this card to your graveyard, and then the defense of the monster becomes the double of the original defense. You have Super Heavy Samurai Giga Gloves. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add. If you have no spell and track cards, you can look at your 5 cards on top of your deck, place them in whatever order you want. When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, you can banish this card from your graveyard, excavate the top card of your deck, and if you do, if it's a Super Heavy Samurai, add it to your hand. And if you do, the attacking monster becomes 0. And then the other one is Super Heavy Samurai Prepept Defense. Cannot be normal summon or flip summon if you have any spell and track cards in your graveyard. When you take battle damage, if you have no spell and track cards in your graveyard, or this card is in your hand, you can special summon this card, and if you do, it cannot be destroyed by battle card effects. You have Super Heavy Samurai Soulfire Suit. You can target one Super Heavy monster you control equipped to this card. It becomes level 5. During either player's turn, you can discard this card and target one defense position Super Heavy Samurai and you control until the end of this turn. It loses 800 attack, but it cannot be destroyed by card effects or by battle. Then you have Super Heavy General Jade. Basically, you cannot pendulum summon monsters except for a Super Heavy Samurai monster. This effect cannot be negated. Once per turn, you can target one Super Heavy Samurai monster you control. Increase this level by 1. And then you have Super Heavy Samurai Transporter. If you have no spell and track cards in your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card was special summoned this way, you can special summon a monster for the rest of his turn, except for Super Heavy Samurais. And of course, when he sends you can tribute this card and special summon 2 monsters from your hand to your opponent's side of the field in defense position. Then draw cards equal to the monster that was special summoned. And you have Super Heavy Samurai Thief. Destroy 1 card and your spell and track cards of your opponent, and destroy 1 card in your inside of the field as well. And then you have Super Heavy Samurai Soul Bag Cannon, which you can target one Super Heavy Samurai, gain 1000 defense. And basically, when you send to the, you can banish this card in the graveyard, negate the activation of anything that will be destroyed by battle of one of your cards or whatever, and destroy it on the midfield as possible, minimum 1. And then if you do, both players take 1000 damage. And then you have Super Heavy Samurai Helper, which basically gives your opponent your attack, your monster gains a defense equal to the monster's defense during the damage calculation only. When opponent's monster declares a direct attack, you can banish this card from your graveyard and target one Super Heavy Samurai in your graveyard and special summon it. Then from the extra deck, you have Super Heavy Samurai Ogre. Basically what this does is this card is synchro summon while you have no spell and track cards in your graveyard. You can destroy all spell and track cards your opponent controls. And then the other one is Super Heavy Stealth. Stealth is basically you can half this card's original defense on this turn, and if you do, this card can attack directly this turn. Once per turn during the standby phase, after this card was destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card so you can bring it back like nothing. And you have Super Heavy Samurai Ninja Sarutobi. And basically what it does is that once per turn during each player's turn, you can, if you have no spell and track cards in your graveyard, you can track one spell and track card on the field, destroy it, and if you do, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. And you have Super Heavy Samurai Beast Kyubi, which basically what it does is Super Heavy Samurai monsters, whatever, can attack a defense. But if you have no spell and track cards in your graveyard, this card gains 100 defense for each special summon monster your opponent controls. And you have, of course, this card attack. You have basically the best one, which is Super Heavy Samurai Warlord Susanoo. Susanoo, what basically what it does is once per turn during this position, you have no spell and track cards in your graveyard. You can target one spell and track card in your opponent's graveyard, set it into your side of the field, but banish it when it leaves the field. And you have Super Heavy Steam Train King. This card can attack while in defense position, the rest of the turn. Once per turn, you can discard up to 2 cards and target as many cards your opponent controls, destroy them. Once per turn, you can banish all spell and track cards from the graveyards. And if you do, inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each card banished. And then for the extra Z's, we have Gear, Gigant. I forgot to say Giant. Gigante X. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card, and you can add one level 4 lower machine type monster from your deck to your hand. When this card leaves the field, you can target one level 3 lower Gargia, whatever, special summon that target. And last but not least, Mrs. Radiant. Mrs. Radiant gives 500 attack and defense for each of your Earth monsters, including itself. And when it's destroyed by a battle card effect by your opponent, you can add one Earth monster directly from your graveyard to your hand, including him. So, that's about it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that like button, make that like button your bitch. If you like more deck profiles like this, let me know in the comment sections below. And if you want to see something specific to be changed or anything else in another deck profile, let me know. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.
Do you remember how you held me then? Now you got me reaching out.